Hello, this video is for Monday, October 12th, and today we are looking at John chapter 17 together. As always, I think it'd be really good if you'd take some time to read John 17 on your own. And if you'd like to read online, I've posted a link to that passage, and you can find that in this video's description. In John 17, Jesus spends some time praying. He prays that God the Father will glorify him, and that God the Father will be glorified in him and the things that he does. He prays for his disciples that have been following him. And he prays for all believers, all Christians that will come to believe in him throughout history. So that would be us and everyone else who believes in Jesus. As Jesus prays for his disciples in the middle section, he prays that God will protect them. God will protect them from the power and the attacks of the evil one. And what we see here is that God is stronger than Satan. God is stronger than anything Satan may throw at Jesus' followers. And Jesus prays this especially about his disciples who are with him at that time. But I think in some ways it applies to us who believe in Jesus too. That God has power to protect us from the attacks of the devil. When Satan tempts us, we can turn to God for help, and God always provides us a way out when we're tempted. Even though we may suffer, even though we may hurt, even though we may face death, none of that is able to separate us from God and God's love. Even after death, God promises his people resurrection and eternal life in Jesus. And so we see that God protects his people from the attacks of the devil. God strengthens our faith. God helps us to believe. Earlier in the book of John, Jesus says that when we come to faith in Jesus, we're held in God's hand and nothing can take us away from him. So we don't need to fear the devil. We should respect the powers of evil and the things that Satan can do to try to hurt us. But we can have confidence that no matter what comes, that God is stronger, and God is able to bring us through, and God can make things right in the end. And so we have confidence, even in the face of threats, because God is with us. God's protection doesn't mean that nothing is ever going to make us sad or miserable or hurt, but God's protection means that those things cannot win in the end. That God promises us eternal life. God promises us full restoration and complete goodness in his coming kingdom. And that God is always with us, and nothing can keep God's presence from us. So that's my thought with today's reading. If you've got other thoughts or comments, questions, please feel free to share them. Thanks again for watching.